Granby is a wonderful small town where you know your neighbors. People in Granby just have really big hearts. They're kind to one another. I've lived here for quite a while, and I've been in the school system for almost 25 years, and I know kids and I know their families, and they know my kids, and it was a wonderful place to have our kids grow up, and we watch out for each other, we take care of each other. Making sure that our students are safe is my #1 priority. In order to do that, we need to practice so that we are aware of how our systems work, make sure that we have everything in place that we possibly can to keep our students and staff safe every day when they're in our building.
My name is Dave Schaefer, and I'm the police chief for the town of Granby, Colorado. I've been working with LSU staff over the past 6 months, along with the Grand County Sheriff's Office, to do the pre-planning for this course and host it here in Granby, Colorado. Recent events have shown that these type of critical incidents can happen anywhere, from a small community to a large-scale metropolitan city. This could happen in anybody's backyard, and so that's the value of this training, is to ensure that no matter the size of your agency, that you're as prepared as you can be for a critical incident. Granby is kind of unique. We're a resort community. It's kind of a 365-day playground for outdoor activities. In the winter, there's skiing, there's snowmobiling. In the summer, there's biking, hiking, camping. So we get a large influx of people here from all over the country. And the ability to have a large-scale, potentially a mass casualty event exists here, even though we are remote.
Grand County geographically is huge. The geography makes it difficult when there is an emergency or an incident to get the right people where they need to be to support. If there is something happening at the top of Bertha Pass, emergency response to our school would be almost an hour away, if not more, which makes that a little bit scary.
The Granby Police Department, the Grand County Sheriff's Office, along with Fraser Winter Park Police, those are the 3 law enforcement agencies that are kind of all in a row along State Highway 40. That provides the bulk of your law enforcement response here, but we're working to integrate a lot of EMS, a lot of fire, and a lot of law enforcement into a unified approach towards an event. We're probably going to be somewhere around 120 public safety folks for this training scenario. Police, fire, EMS, and some of the metropolitan agencies. So probably at least a dozen public agencies are represented during this training. Having a scenario-based situation like this where we can all highlight what we do well together and look for areas of improvement is very important, not only to the police department, but to all the agencies working up here, because we do understand we're remote, and we do understand that working together provides us some success up here.
Ultimately, it's our job that when a parent sends their child to school, that they can trust that we're going to keep them safe. But in order to do that, I need to make sure that I've done everything I can to make sure that they're safe, and this training is absolutely a part of that.
The main purpose of the integrated response course is to ensure multiple agencies from multiple disciplines can work together so that if something worst case scenario occurs in their jurisdiction, they can mitigate it successfully. My name is Todd Short. I'm the lead instructor for our integrated response course here in Granby, Colorado. There was a lot of buy-in in Grand County, the city of Granby, and their external stakeholders that provide support to them on a daily basis. For us to be able to come out and do a class of this size, scope, and magnitude is a real testament to how these people feel about their own preparedness initiatives and how important it is to become better as a result of this class.
You know, I've been one of those fortunate ones that I've got to been involved in this from the very beginning. And so the instructors and the commitment of the instructors has been incredible from day one. I mean, the time that it takes to lead up to this 3-day class, you know, the instructors on the Zoom calls and the one-on-one calls, I'm one of the few that gets to see how much it actually takes to make a class like this happen.
This is probably the largest and most complex course that we deliver. And one of the reasons that it is so complex is because we have to coordinate people and locations and equipment to make sure that not only the classroom portion of the class, but the full-scale scenario that we're going to run has everything in place before we initiate that part of the course.
My name is Chris Vincent, and I'm a NCBRT logistics coordinator. I'm arriving at the delivery site to meet the truck and the cash and everything involved with it. I'm responsible for the inventory of the cash while it's in my possession. I'm also responsible for maintaining accountability, helping facilitate the class, and probably most importantly, the safety aspect of it. We have that element that we're able to customize what we're bringing to you. This class in particular will have various things that we wouldn't have had in previous deliveries.
So every time we deliver this course, we try to customize it to the jurisdiction. In this particular case, we chose Middle Park High School. We want to make sure that we can create a scenario that really tests the capabilities that have been defined by the stakeholders prior to the course delivery. So the best way to do that is to physically be hands-on. Go through the hallways, go through the classrooms, go through the administrative offices, parking lots, whatever the case may be, so that when we build that scenario, it is very conducive to what they want tested. And when we do these types of training sessions, we bridge gaps. We identify vulnerabilities, and we capitalize on the things that we do very well. We send a message to our community that we care and that we're concerned about these things that could potentially happen to us, so that when it comes time for a mutual aid response, where multiple agencies and multiple disciplines are coming together, that they can integrate those resources for the best probability of success. Because when you do that, you'll save lives. So during the morning session of day one, we have a couple icebreaker activities to get what is generally a pretty large number of people talking and engaged. And then we transition before lunch into a module of instruction where we talk about the importance of integration and start setting some expectations on how to accomplish that. Day one afternoon, we do a couple different things. We spend 3 to 4 hours together in breakout groups by discipline and collectively together, talking about a couple of very important things. Number one, what resources do we have? Number two, what resources do we need? And then probably most importantly is how we're going to integrate those resources if this were to occur in our jurisdiction. And one of the reasons we do that is because we need the answers to those questions prior to activating the full-scale scenario on day two.
Okay, so instructors, those of you on the safety team, their priorities of work now are to get the cones set up in the street and then also to get the safety cordon set. So we'll need cones here and cones down there, tables down there. Right, so they just stay with their equipment, the vehicle's searched, they're searched, and I'm gonna stack them in here.
I got a couple of big things that I'm really passionate about with our mobile deliveries. Probably foremost is safety. The safety protocols that we use, weapons handling, weapon safety, making sure that this training site is sterile. All weapons cleared. We try to make it as sterile as possible.
We're somewhat fanatical about safety, and so prior to the full-scale scenario being kicked off, we do multiple layers of safety checks. Those safety checks are conducted by LSU NCBRT instructors at the site.
sir. And then she has to scan you, and then she'll give you a wristband.
Yes, ma'am.
I immediately saw the smoke at the beginning of the scenario, and that was really the tall tale sign that you knew the scenario was going to be real.
Can I have everyone's attention? The EOC has just been activated.
There was a small fire at the school. It has been extinguished. From there, they had shots fired. They've investigated. They have come upon possibly 12 total, 3 KIA, about 6 walking wounded, and the rest level 1 trauma. They think that there is a possible IED.
Some kind of.
They are still investigating that.
The scenario could have been any Thursday in my building, but not just my building, any building in our district. And so even though we practiced at the high school, I think we could transfer the information that we learned today to any location in our community and have a similar type response. At this point, I think we've just exposed maybe where some of our holes are that we need to work on and where we need to come together to develop some systems that will work for our entire community no matter where something might happen.
The scenario is accurately depicted on real-world events and things that have and can happen. I think everybody came away from this exercise and this training with eyes wide open, a full recognition of things that need to be done better, things that need to be reinforced and reviewed.
So day 3 is a very important day of this course. And the reason it's important is because it gives everybody that participated the opportunity to come together and have a collective, positive, reinforcing discussion on what they did well, and also to address the challenges that they may have faced during the course of the week.
I definitely do think that the class will influence a few different policies and procedures. The main one would be the first responders really sending the EOC a representative. They really saw what doing that can do for them and how it can help them. And so I think that was very beneficial for me, but also for them.
This training was extremely important for our high school. We do monthly fire drills, and we do quarterly lockdowns, shelter in place. We review that with our teachers ahead of time, and then we practice with our students. However, after today, I think we need to switch up how we do those with our kids. What does a reunification look like? Who communicates those things out? Who is meeting with parents? Those are things that we need to talk about.
When you have open and honest dialogues about what you're knocking out of the park and things you need to work on, you're absolutely going to get better. And day 3 of this particular course gives everybody the opportunity to have those fruitful discussions. So when they walk out of here, they feel good about themselves and their community because they earned that.
You know, I think a couple of the things that stand out right away is our integration between our Emergency Operations Center and our crews in the field. I think that's critical to figure out that Incident Command EOC interface. So we're going to work on that. We're going to work on making some additional notification groups to make sure that our key stakeholders are involved in the incident right from the get-go, and just increasing that communication piece.
I think, again, through this training, it's really helped us see where we can shine. And, you know, in Granby, you always think of, it's Granby, nothing can happen here, but this has been a real eye-opener that things can go wrong quickly. And having been prepared for that and having taken this, I think we're going to be much better prepared if something does happen.
The community is definitely more prepared because of this. It's been wonderful to see everyone come together and really work together for a common goal.